Hey, Pearl, how are you today? Hey, and here's Minnie. Look at the pretty flowers I just planted. What? Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Another day of soul care.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to SoulCARE. And wonderful to have you on this very special day of the eclipse. So wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying the eclipse, not looking directly into the sun, of course, but enjoying the time, this eclipse, and beginning of the eclipse season, which will be several weeks now and several eclipses. My good friend Kelly White is watching. Thank you, Kelly. And Kelly did a lovely video on our Facebook page about watching the eclipse just now. And she's also giving me some wonderful solar eclipse affirmations I'm going to use. So it's a very interesting time, and I wanted to share with you a little bit what I know about it and also go through some affirmations. This is my new studio that I've been working on. So we set this up Friday for the SoulCARE and for the new show, which is happening, premiering April the 29th, Life After Death, with myself and Kelly, and that's going to replace Both Sides Now and Beyond, and that'll be April the 29th, so mark that on your calendars, and our special guest will be, it'll be about Life After Death, and our special guest will be Susan Geisman, a very well-known medium, so we're happy for that. So we've been very busy behind the scenes getting things ready, and people have often asked this past couple of weeks, what do you do for the eclipse day, eclipse season? And it is a time during the eclipse, the solar eclipse, where things feel a little disruptive, right? So because we're made of mostly water, and of course the planets are pulling at us, and we feel that pull. When we have a full moon, we feel that pull. And all of course, the planets will pull us in different directions because the size of the planets have the effect of different organs. So when there's a solar eclipse, you'll definitely feel something. And coming up to an eclipse, if you're extra sensitive or an empathic person, you'll feel this sense of something coming on, and it feels like it's unbalanced or unequal. And I think at that time, it's very imperative, especially during the beginning of the eclipse, now during the eclipse and eclipse season, that we remain grounded, very, very grounded in who we are on this earth. Because if we don't, this energy is so intense that can just take us away and bring us to places we don't want to go to, and just get us really into these mindsets and headspaces we don't want to be at, because it's not who we are. So it's such an intense energy. We don't want to go down the rabbit hole. So today I'm going to do a lovely grounding meditation, a solar eclipse meditation I want to do for everybody. So Renee is, of course, the producer, and he's on the other end here. We're still working on the studio, so he is going to send me some questions you might have for me today, so we can discuss. And also I wanted to let you all know, because of this new show is coming, Life After Death and Beyond, on the 29th, we're going to really encapsulate all of these soul cares and put them into that show. So this will be actually the very last soul care that I'm going to be doing. Sorry to say that, but we'll be doing a lot more Facebook Lives. I'll be doing that. And also a lot more of these intense podcasts of Life After Death, because a lot more people want to know about this subject matter. It's grown and grown and grown over the many, many years. And even the past 2.5 years that I've been doing SoulCARE, it's grown quite a bit, with people finding this channel and finding this show and finding it very, very interesting what we talk about and the topics we talk about. And I, of course, love to share with you my insights and my experiences of mediumship, life after death, and living life in a positive way. And we're living a rough time right now, of course, as we know in the world. There's a threat of war, which is not too far off, and there's a lot of upheaval. And it's a good time then to just stop and ground yourself and remember who you are, not be taken away by weird things. And you can find in your own life right now, many people have been acting very strange. Many people just act out without thinking at this time. And you don't want to be pulled into that. You want to make sure that you're fully aware before you speak. And we're also in Mercury retrograde right now. So you got to be very, very careful that you watch your words before you create them and send them out, and your thoughts and your actions, because you need to be more responsible during this time of this eclipse season, and also Mercury retrogrades, and especially just generally speaking at this time right now that we're in the next couple of months. You got to be very, very careful and responsible for all of your words, your thoughts, and your acts, what you do. And I've seen over and over again for the past couple of weeks, people that are just freaking out in a way where they say things which they don't mean. And it's an impulsive energy. And of course, we're located right now in Aries energy, and Aries is very headstrong. So we got to be very careful. We don't just jump into things without thinking, okay? And bring yourself back to grounding yourself, because there's all this frenetic crazy energy out there. We don't want to be caught up in that whirlwind of energy. Best way to describe it, a whirlwind of energy. So I will be doing a little bit of meditation for you to help you with grounding yourself. And Renee, if you could put some questions on for people, because here we go. I guess the chat here. Okay, that's fine. I have a brand new computer and a brand new software here. So today, yes. Oh, yes. Also today, because of the eclipse season, a lot of people the past year wanted to start Mediumship 1. And we often get many people want to start beginning at Mediumship 1. Great basic grounding, everyday course to start the basic fundamentals of mediumship. So we're offering that today because of the eclipse for 50% off right now. So if you go to the school page, the JP School of Mystical Arts, you'll find that it's 50% off of the Mediumship 1 certification course. And it's a great course. It really begins a lot of people on their journey. And they've gone to Mediumship 2 and Mediumship 3. Some have, some haven't, but they certainly find out what it's about, what mediumship entails. And it's all there in Mediumship 1. So we're offering that, say, 50% off. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to show the chat room if I can here. Like I said, we have a whole new computer here. Okay. Okay, Renee, you can put those questions on if you don't mind. All right. Spiritually speaking, okay, what does the eclipse mean? That's a good question. So spiritually speaking, what does the eclipse mean? Well, for me, a symbolic way of looking at the solar eclipse is as the moon goes before the sun. So the sun is the largest being we have there in the celestial heavens, the largest star, if you will. And when the moon goes, it's interesting because it's the brightest. Of course, we have star there in our galaxy. There are many galaxies. And the sun, it creates that beautiful light for all of us, for everything in the galaxy. And the moon does not make its own light. So the moon kind of reflects the sun's light. That's how the moon is illuminated, by the sun's light. And it's very interesting when you look then at a Leo, someone who's a Leo, born at the end of July, beginning of August, and it is Leo makes a beautiful light, but the Cancerians are ruled by the moon, and they don't make their own light. So many times they'll look to get light from the Leo. It's very interesting as you look at these things. But the question is, what is the spiritual essence of solar eclipse? Well, for me, I would say, in my interpretation, is that this beautiful sun, this light, is a sense of our spiritual self, right? Our spiritual light, that light that we all have. And I think when we have the moon coming up, I think it's a cosmic reminder in many ways that the moon is kind of our past. So you can think of many times that the moon is the ego, and it goes into the sun. And it's a good time to remind ourselves that we are first and foremost spirit, and to let go of the past experiences, the past things that do not hold on to us, that really don't help us and assist us. And it really is that we are first and foremost spiritual. Also, it's interesting because the moon passes through the sun and the moon being the ego, realizing that it doesn't stay there in the sun, but it moves on. And the human being is on a constant journey, right? That the sun is always constant. So our light is always constant. We are spiritual beings. So I think that the light illuminates the darkness, which in this case would be the moon. So anything of your past, anything that you're not proud of, let it be a learning moment for you. Things that you've done in the past, that you want to change your past. You want to change your position. You want to change your perspective. You want to change about your relationship with people. You want to do something more about loving yourself, honoring yourself, really beginning to honor self and realize that you are indeed that light of the sun. You are that bright, bright light. That's really, really important, that this is a learning tool for you also. So that is what my belief of the spiritual essence of the solar eclipse is about, that we're always that light. And as the moon passes through, it's a reminder that that is the ego. It's the darkness of the ego. It is a fear. So many people are living in fear, and fear is of this earthly world, not of the spiritual world. So remember the fear, false ego appearing real. So how much power do you give to the ego? How much power do you give to your spiritual self? So you can think of it as the soul and the ego. Yeah. So I would say try to increase your light, increase your spirituality, increase your light, increase that intensity by the lovely, wonderful things you do. Everything is love. We're all love. Everything is made from love, and we're part of all and everything. Just remember that. Okay. Okay. Here's a question from Lisa. Hi, Lisa. What's the best way to protect yourself from negative energy? Love and light, Lisa. bartender at San Diego Airport. I've met you, Lisa. I've been at that bar. Wait, my place. Yes. So, if number one, don't be around negative people. If you are around negative people, I would just say there's many different aspects, different ways you can do this. Um, I find that when we have negative energy around us, we have to increase our boundaries, have boundaries around us. That's something you will not accept. It's not going to stick on you. So, when I was doing a show in Hollywood, and there'd be a lot of negative energy, I used to put a light around me all the time, a bubble of light. But before I do the bubble of light, I'd ground myself and center myself, and then I put the bubble of light. So that's what I would do. Then another technique, which is a really great one as well, is I'd put like a disco ball, a mirrored ball, and I would imagine, because remember, thoughts are things. So it would take 3 seconds to create this thought, it's real. So I would completely involve myself, surrounding myself with like a ball, a disco ball, a mirror ball. And any energies come toward me would bounce off that mirror, it reflect back. You go back to the owner. It's another technique. But the most important thing is really to not allow those negative people in your life. And if they are, you have to stop them immediately and say, I don't accept that. So for instance, this morning, someone called me and they wanted to ask me to do something and pick up a stranger on the way to their house. And I said, no. And the person said, well, you have to do that for me. And I said, I do not have to do that for you. I refuse to do that for you. I'm not going to, because that is not for me. I'm sorry, but I don't feel comfortable with that. And they didn't like that, of course, because they wanted it their way. But guess what? You have to empower yourself, especially this time of the year during this eclipse season and these rough waters right now. You'll have to instill boundaries with your friends and your family. That's the number one way. And have no negative people around you. One thing a friend of mine taught me, which I love, when someone starts putting you down or says things to you which are not nice, they don't get to have you anymore. That's it. They don't get to have you anymore. And I've had to say bye-bye to certain people that I thought my friends and relations, but that they weren't. Remember always that a soul comes into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And as long as you can remain in that centered space of love and light, that's fine. And they're going through their stuff, but never let other people's stuff get to you, because that's their stuff, not your stuff. And remember this, because this is our last soul care. I want to summarize this that I've said over the years. Remember that you're a radio and that you're a transistor. We're constantly receiving energies, receiving transmission from others all around us. And we're also giving out transmissions. So we're this transistor. The most important thing to remember is whose programs are you living? So if you're receiving information or transmissions from a family or friend, and you might not be aware of it, you might be depressed all of a sudden. It's like, why am I depressed? I don't feel bad. You're probably picking up someone else's programs and you're living those programs as if they're yours. You got to give it out. I did that recently and I thought it was mine. It was a family member of mine. And I was very down and not like me whatsoever. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. This is a family member of mine who's going through something right now. So I got to release that. So it's so hard. Sometimes it's hard to recognize it, but that's we have to know ourselves more. And it doesn't mean that you're not loving or caring, but you've got to be able to live in your own space, right? And control that space, and really that it's important that you live that space, that you're in control of it. It's your space, and you don't let foreign energies in to control your life, right? So that's it. And of course, being around negative people can't do it. I've made a choice about a couple of months ago. I can't be around aggressive people. Can't do it. It's not good for me. I don't like to be around aggressive people. They can have their own way, their own place, but not around me. So we constantly have a choice. Every day there's a choice. Remember, life is made up of a series of choices of love and fear. Which one are you going to go to? Which one are you going to polarize yourself toward? I say love. And even though people want to push you off that pedestal of love and try to get you a certain way, don't do it. Go back to love of self, love of who you are, love of everyone, and let people play their games. Another observation is the word I want to use because it's our last day, that to summarize that, remember, stay in a space of observation, observing others, observing them in the play. Remember, it's like a show in the theater. The play is playing out in front of you, and you can observe it. You don't have to be in it. So you can observe it, but not absorb it, because sometimes it's not your stuff. Okay? All right. Any other question we might have, Renee? Okay. Hi, Kat. Lovely, James VP. I'm currently growing and becoming much more aware. Good on you, Kat. Much love to all of you. Thank you, Kat. And that's all we can ask for is to grow and expand and discover every single day something new about ourselves, the world we live in. And also, there's that sense of, I want to say, appreciation, having a sense of gratitude and appreciation because we are on this earth and it's a very special place. Hard, hard school. There are many galaxies, many spaces and places and worlds, but this is one which is a hard, hard one because you have souls of all different levels here. So all you can do is rely on your own sense of your soul self, which is pure love, right? So that's what we can do every day. And it's interesting when you're in that space because you get to see all the hysteria and people running around and chasing their tails. And it's like, wow, I choose just to breathe and be. So there we go. Okay. Hi, Jody. Aries girl here. Okay, with some balancing Libra. Thank you. I'm actually very excited about this time of the planet. Very good. I have been prophetic dreams for over a week now. Is the veil thinning right now with the eclipse and planetary alignment? Just joined our psychic class. Yes, very good, Jody. Yes, there are certain aspects that'll make the veil very, very close right now. Very, very thin. That Mercury retrograde also brings back the past. So all the past is being relived or being shown to you. The other day, I just happened to go through storage. I'm doing spring cleanings with their old boxes, and I found old love letters from an old partner of mine that I was married to, and old relationships and old class photos and things like that from the past. So it's looking at the past. It's a good time also to look at your past and see what has to be cleaned out from your past, has to be balanced from your past, and equalized. It's really, really important too. Okay, all right, good. We'll do one more, Dawn, and then we'll do our little meditation for the eclipse. Why do some of us feel the energies more than others? I'm feeling it, hubby not. Oh, that's great, Dawn, because everybody is different. Because every single soul comes here with a different soul makeup. So there are some souls that come with very empathetic, very sensitive, and there are other souls that are not there. Doesn't mean that's right or wrong. They're just not, that makeup isn't part of them right now. So many times when you have someone who's very sensitive and empathic, being with someone who isn't not, you're learning from each other. You're learning different aspects of those two opposites from each other. So it's a learning experience with each other, which is a good thing. Remember, there's no right or wrong way. It's just who we are, right? No one's right, no one's wrong. It's who they are, where they're at this time. Okay. So what I'd like to do now, you guys, I'd like to do a solar eclipse for you, grounding meditation. And thank you, Kelly White, for helping me do this. Kelly recommended I do this, and I think it's important. So I'm going to bring you to a certain space in your mind, and I'd like you then to just close your eyes. Oh yeah, tonight, before we go on this, tonight, I want to remind you, at 6 o'clock tonight, Kelly White and I will be on Both Sides Down Beyond, and we're going to have a very, very special friend of ours, Janelle Campbell, who's a very gifted medium from Australia, and she's going to be talking about how do the dead talk to her and how to communicate with her and mediumship. What is mediumship? So we're going to have everything about mediumship. If you're interested in that, tonight is Janelle's experience. She's one of the best students I ever had, and since I've started teaching. Lovely, lovely medium. So she's going to join us tonight at 6 o'clock. So please tune in. Okay. So wherever you are, just close your eyes, and I'm just going to bring you to a certain space and to help you to ground yourself. And there's nothing left to try. It's just if you hear the sound of my voice, I will guide you to a certain space for you to experience certain things. And there'll be a certain time where you'll be able to expand those feelings and become part of those feelings. And I picked out a particular type of music by a good old associate friend of mine, Ram Das. We used to work together and do workshops in the early days. And he created this beautiful piece of music we're going to share. He told me I could use it. He already told me that from the spirit world yesterday. So I'm going to play that. And it's just a lovely way to remind yourself that you have to be grounded and stabilized, right? So close your eyes. Wherever you are, just close your eyes and become comfortable in your space. I'll keep my camera on for now. As you close your eyes, become aware. You close your eyes to the outside world and open them to the inner world of light, the inner world of being. For you indeed are a soul of light. A soul that has traveled eons and eons in spaces, times, and places, worlds far, worlds close, worlds all around. You are so much more than the body. You are limitless. So I'd like you right now to imagine that you are a beautiful spark of light, a beautiful spark of gold light. And that gold light is the shape of a diamond. And as you visualize the diamond shape of golden light, perhaps, just perhaps, you can imagine that you're very, very small, and you're exploring the inner part of that diamond, the inner part of your being. Just going all around feeling and sensing. Good. As your feet are on the floor, let's imagine the feet, the energy through us goes through the feet, and the feet become roots going all the way down to the middle of the earth. In the middle of the earth, I'd like you to find some rocks there, connecting with Mother Earth, the Terra, connecting with her, have a relationship with her, and feeling her nurturing energy as you snuggle down, ground yourself with these beautiful rocks. It's holding you down in the middle of Mother Earth, and feel her nurturing energy as she shares this space with you from your feet, your roots, and the roots go all the way up to your feet and your legs, and feel properly grounded, like a scarecrow just in the middle of a field, right? Feeling that lovely energy. Good. And then imagine now this beautiful, lovely diamond soul light of who you are, the shape. On the top of the head, that there's an energy that goes straight up to the cosmic energy, Father Sky, straight up to the beautiful light of the cosmos. And perhaps far, far above you, far, far away, there's a star that has your name on it. Some could call it the higher self, your celestial being. And just feel the connection with Father Sky. Good. And as we use the breath, a gift from God, the universe, the breath activates, brings life, brings awareness to our beingness, brings awareness to the sense of connection to the universe, the connection to Mother Earth. And feel that pull, that full sensation of feeling connected to Father Sky and Mother Earth by using the breath. As we inhale, we feel that connection to both. And as we exhale, we set the intention of releasing and letting go out of our diamond shape of light any energies that are not helping us, any energies that hold us back from shining our light, any energies within our being that is from someone else, foreign energies. And as we release those foreign energies, negativity, limitation out of our essence, out of our beingness, it is replaced with our own loving light, own sense of being. So together, let's breathe this beautiful light and feel those energies. And inhale and exhale. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Feeling part of Father Sky, Mother Earth. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Now keeping the same rhythm of breath, just on your own natural rhythm, that's fine. In front of you now is a beautiful field. It's a flower field. All different types of flowers that have been created for you at this moment by the spiritual world. Look around now, as if the Wizard of Oz, the poppy fields, but all different types of flowers now, roses and daffodils and lilacs. And I just want you now to look around as far as you can and see as far as the eyes can imagine all these different colored flowers and feel the love of all these flowers. And as you look and become aware of this lovely scenery, these beautiful colors and shapes and sizes, these purples and blues and yellows and oranges and reds, lilacs and tulips, azaleas, gladiolus, all different types of flowers around. Walk through this field and find one flower that you can resonate with. One particular flower that draws you to it, whether it's a poppy, whether it's a rose, whatever it might be. Become aware of the color that you're attracted to. Is it a gold, an orange, blue, purple, white, sky blue? Different variations of color. Which color? What shape? And as you do, I want you to merge into one with the flower. You become one with that flower. And as you merge and become one with that flower, I want you to feel the connection that you have to Mother Nature. You, the flower, you, the soul, can shapeshift. You become that flower and feel the connection to Mother Earth. Feel the oneness it has to energy of the entire universe, of nature, of the trees, of the water, of the sky. You're steadfast in your grounding as you're able to observe everything around you. And just feel that. And as you do, become connected to all. And just feel.
Trees, grasses, water, sun, stars, moon, clouds, rain, all are our friends, are us. Nature embraces us, and we embrace nature. We are nature. We are the trees and the clouds and the waters. When you hug a tree, you're hugging yourself. We are human beings. Human beings are part of nature. When you're seeing the ocean or the lake or the river, you're seeing yourself. Nature is a manifestation of God. And that manifestation is love all the way.
So you are loved. You slowly open up your eyes and realizing that we are indeed that nature. We are part of the tree, the rivers, the waters, the grasses, as they said. We're all connected. It's all part of us. That nature, we are all nature. We're all one. There's no separation. We're part of the tree, part of the water, part of the stars, part of the planets. It's all connected as one. We're not separated. We're part of all of that. So this lovely solar eclipse day, I want you to just feel connected and grounded to Mother Earth as you look at the celestial beings, this celestial world we're in, and celebrate. And celebrate your spiritual self, letting go of the ego, the negative fear-based ego, and celebrating who you are today and change the world in a positive way. Friends, I wish you that oneness, omnipresent, nurturing energy, one, which is love. And I look forward to sharing more space and time with you in the future. Namaste. Thank you for all these times, these years we've gone by, and look forward to sharing more. God bless.